Rockies for my roof up there, a great golden meadow for my rocking chair, a claim and a cabin and some breathing air.
You know, about a year ago, actually it was more than it was before Molly Brown, a friend of mine said to me, "Why are you always in Colorado?" Because I do. My best friend from early childhood moved to Montrose, actually when I was a child, so I would spend every summer in Montrose, Colorado, working at the family's general store. It was my first job. I was 12 years old. And then my next best friend from childhood has moved to Florissant, which is a tiny town outside of Divide, which is outside of Woodland Park, which is outside of Colorado Springs, and I always say it's too far outside. And then I have very good friends here in Denver. So I come to Denver often. My friend that lives in Florissant particularly has young children and doesn't have the time or the funds to come east. So, you know, I come out here. It's just it's easier for me. I'm more portable. And so I have spent an enormous amount of time in Colorado and have always sort of had a great affection for it. And very early on in the development of the show, to me, Colorado seemed like an unbelievably effective metaphor for America, because Colorado is a state that is, you know, it still sort of, you know, spills over with a pioneering spirit. And there is a kind of, you know, there's a commitment to faith and traditional values here. There's also a streak of like libertarianism and a kind of, there's this wonderful tension between a progressive, inclusive, you know, find your life belief system and then a more traditional belief system that I thought, well, this is a great way to sort of anchor this as an American story. And so the new version is much more Colorado-based than the old. We're really in Colorado for all but there's
2/3 of the show.
Yeah, at least. Because it's really just the lifeboat and the Europe and then the pier at the end, excuse me.
Yeah.
So that's right. So it's really based, and the whole entire first act, it takes place in Leadville. And then, so it's really, Colorado is a character in the piece. I guess what I was saying earlier about the world in which they live becoming more specific. In a sense, that is a world of Colorado. Now it's Colorado of, you know, 100 years ago, but it is still very much a Colorado-based show.
It's wonderful for the cast to actually be in the place where this story took place. We took a field trip, our whole company, to see the Molly Brown house on Pennsylvania Avenue yesterday afternoon, and it was really, really wonderful because you can kind of feel that this is a story about real people, and that
It was moving, actually.
Yeah, and that it's very grounding in a wonderful way to sort of be here working on the show. I mean, when you have lyrics about the Rockies and you walk out and you can see them, it's kind of wonderful.
Colorado, my home sweet